Hey, Shalom, first and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahusai, Bashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Salutation, all Yakin pushing this word day in and day out on this video on this Eve right here. She, I guess she's like an influencer. She got a little T-shirt company or whatever. And I'm gonna play this quick clip. But you gotta watch these Eves, man. You know, they all into witchcraft and you know, she entitled her first song Voodoo, you know, like show you these black women, man, you brothers, man, that like to deal with this nigga woman, man, it's on you.
Your shirt's pretty fucking racist, by the way.
Are you a Klan member?
Your shirt's pretty fucking racist, by the way.
Are you a Klan member?
No.
Then why would you be offended?
Because it's just offensive.
To who?
To other people.
Klan members.
Probably.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so, well, but this is scripted or not. You know, because a lot of these videos on social media be scripted. But, you know, you got Edomites that really feel this way. They'll take offense to a shirt like that, which ain't nothing wrong with the shirt. But, you know, she's, you know, the black woman, she's trying to use it in her, yeah, everyone's created equal, you know, kill the Klan. That's how she's not using it as, okay, we need revenge on our oppressors and stuff like that. You know, the Lord needs to come back and take them out. She's not thinking in that way. She wants to be a black Edomite. You see her with the 100-inch weave on and shit, man. You know, the makeup, pound of makeup and all that. You know.
Go look at him. Go look for him now. Go look for him now. Go look for him now.
You know, she's just twerking in front of the camera and stuff. She's just bugged out of her mind. But this is a woman you run from, man. Don't even, you know, use her for recreational purposes. You just, you know, don't even look twice, man, okay? So, but, you know, like I said, the shirt is, you know, which age them devils might, you know, I'm sure they got a list, you know, a smoke list, and she's on it, man, you know, for this design. All right, because your Klansmen, you know, they're your local judge, police officers, and so forth, man. Military men, military vets, they're your local whoever's tough guys, man. All right. So you just, you know, nigga woman like that, they just gonna slaughter her, rape, you know, ravish her and then slaughter her, man, in that order. All right, because he's not a horrible looking Eve, you know. You know, she's just a damn witch, all right, looking for a warlock, all right. You talking about sinners is 10 out of 10, so she's just out, she's just totally out the way, man. All right, so let me get some precepts, man, because this nigga woman is just totally gone, man, you know. This is Psalm 73:3, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their depth where their strength is firm. But they losing that firm grip, man, on their chokehold they had the world in for the past, you know, hundreds of years, man, all right. They losing that grip, and they losing it swiftly, man, all right, because, you know, Esau done lost his woman, man, a so-called white woman, man. If you're Jake, you can get off Edomite looking woman easily, man, in 2025, man, you know. As long as you know you're in decent shape, of course, you know. You look like you take care of yourself. Because a woman going to be like, you know, how this man going to take care of me? He can't take care of himself. So if you look like you can take care of yourself, you know, you can handle, you can stand 10 toes down, be on your own. then you can have your woman. It's not about money or having a colossal size rod, and it's not about none of that shit. Pop of them goods about, hey, can you live? Can you just be a man? For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men. Yeah, this devil. That's why this place is called the Virgin Daughter of Babel. Because Esau ain't really, been through shit, right? Neither are they plagued like other men. So, even though they about to be plagued, like, the plagues of Egypt again, ancient Egypt again, man, they about to receive all that, man. Esau's about to lose his lavish homes and shit, his oceanfront, waterfront homes. He's about to lose all that shit, man. Esau comfortable as hell in this society, especially you do your little app deliveries or whatever. You see how comfortable these devils are. These devils be having fucking shoes on their porches and shit, He ain't got no care in the world, but real soon he's about to lose all that shit quickly, man. All right. This devil knows he's got, the average Edomite that knows something. They got a house in the fucking woods somewhere, a little cabin in the woods to retreat to. But, guess what? In the time of Jacob's trouble, they ain't gonna be able to make it there, Because you're gonna be met with, if not military, you're gonna be met with niggas, man. Which I gotta get back on my martial law movies. I haven't really been watching them probably since the time of the shutdown and shit. Gotta get back on my martial law movies, man. Therefore, pride compares with them about as a chain, and violence covers them as a garment. Yeah, they live, sweat, and breathe, killing niggas, man. These devils, man. But it's a new day now. Because back then, back in the Jim Crow, the 50s, 60s, niggas, them niggas from back then, they were scared of Esau. But today's niggas ain't scared of you devils. That's the Lord. Even hardening our people's hearts against you Edomites, man. Average niggas, man. The average niggas not even scared of Esau. They just scared of losing their lifestyle, their job, their lifestyle. That's what they scared of now. But scared of losing their woman, shit like that. But they about to lose all that anyway, man. When the Lord ushers in this collapse, which I gotta check the U.S. depth clock, man. I haven't checked that shit in a while. See how down the drain this place is, man. Because it's circling the drain as we speak, man. But yeah, these devils, man, they love violence against others. That's why even, football, boxing is the number one sport because it's a violent sport. Esau loves violence. MMA and shit. Their eyes stand up with fatness. They have more than heart to wish. Yeah, these devils, man. They got bank accounts with their bank accounts, man. They got different investment portfolios and so forth, and yachts and shit, yacht clubs, and then them yachts be like houses on the water, man. Because I live in a waterfront city, so I see this shit, man. Like, hey, well, it's your time to live it up, man. That's all I say when I look at them. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Yeah, man. They didn't that Edomite lady say, "Oh, I'm offended at that shirt." So, even though Eve, she'll be in her right mind in the kingdom, she's just gonna have to get destroyed on this side. That young Eve that made that shirt or designed that shirt. But yeah, man. Them Edomite woman taking offense because she knows. I'm pretty sure she knows Klansmen or racist Edomites that could be Klansmen. People that are on that level. That's why she's taking offense. She's like, oh man, that's my dad was that way, or my uncle Chad was a part of the Klan. You know, no one knew him. You know, so she's taking offense to that because she's thinking about certain Edomite men that she knows or heard of or whatever came across that has that hate niggas, hate spics mentality. All right, but which is a good thing, man. You know, it's a good thing for the devil to embrace his heritage. That's his heritage, man. Hate, kill, and steal, man. You know, embrace being a devil, man. You know. Cause you know, me personally, I'm a Edomite's worst nightmare. That's how I walk around, man. You know, a big brother that know the truth. You know, that look down at these devils. Yeah, I look down at these crackers. I'm a Edomite's worst nightmare, and they feel it too when I come around. You know, they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth, man. You know, so they say that God's a Edomite and the Lord and Savior is a Edom. What do Esau need to be saved from? He has everything he wants, man. If he wants to go to Germany tomorrow, he can go to Germany tomorrow. Majority of our people can just get up and go, you know. So, you know, his woman, you know, she used to be in order. Let's say the pre-social media era. The Edomite woman used to be in order, but now, you know, they giving Esau a little bit of hell because the curses are falling upon our enemies now, slowly but surely. You know, like one day I was, you know, outside of a big box store. I ain't gonna name the store, and I remember like there was an Edomite woman. She was getting loud with Esau, man, like in the parking lot, like like he's like, and then but I ain't gonna hold you, like the Edomite, he did like hold his square, like he did like check her, like, oh, what the fuck, you know, he didn't just tuck tail and then went in the car, like he like literally checked her, like I ain't gonna hold you, and then they got in the car and drove off and shit, but. You know, Esau's losing his grip, man. You know, but he did hold his square though. I ain't gonna say like the devil just, you know, went away timid. And he hollered at her back, man. All right, you gotta check these hoes, like man. Cause I remember one time I was out of town recently, and my demon, she was just being a demon and shit, talking shit, and then she said bye to, you know, whoever's in the elevator with us. And I told them niggas, man, don't say bye to her ass. Yeah, they was quiet, but they was fine. But I was like, man, don't say bye to her ass. You know, because these bitches are out of right in front of my demon. Because she seen that shit. She's like, oh, shit. You know, you got to check these hoes. But, yeah, man, Esau back in the 50s didn't have that problem. His woman mouthing back to him in the 50s, 60s, maybe even in the 70s. You know, he ain't had that issue, but now he has that issue. You know, Edomite woman, you know, dressing provocatively, especially she got a nice body. She's gonna have her ass out. You know, Edomite woman, you know, twerking, you know, committing adultery with niggas, you know, and so forth, man. And you know, the main reason why the Edomite woman, you know, she get a black man because she has an issue with her dad, man. You know what I'm saying? And she know her dad hates niggas, but she got an issue with her dad, so that makes her, you know, want a Jake, man. That's the main reason. You know, she'll settle down with a Jake and have Jake children and so forth, man. You know, all goes back to her father, man. You know, pissing her dad off. You know, maybe her dad didn't, you know, put her on the wheel or some shit. You know what I mean? Didn't give her that 2026, you know, Honda Subaru Legacy or whatever cars my woman like to drive, all that Jeep. Yeah, they love them Jeep. That 2026 Jeep. You know. So, hey man, we living in times where the tide's about to turn, race rights and shit. You know, this is a good shirt that she has because you know Jake is with it. You know, even these 2/3 niggas they with it. So race rights and shit is about to come next when these feds Lock these niggas in. They can't get to the grocery store, the corner store, the gas stations and shit. Get their GMO meals that they feast on. That's why they're gonna be running in these devil's houses down the road. Cause you know most of these hoods, or most of these inner cities, been gentrified. Man, niggas can't even afford living there without some type of government assistance, man. And Trump is getting ready to throw that out the window. So we'll see how things shape real soon, man. So I'm gonna end it there. You know, that spirit of race war is out there. So you know, don't be the only Jake in these redneck town bars and shit. You know, that's not a wise move in today's time, man. 'Cause, you know, we saw he's feeling it too, man. This hyperinflation and shit, inflation going into hyperinflation. He's feeling it too. So, you know, when you saw lose it, first thing you do is blame niggas, or he's gonna take it out on niggas, man. So, you know, just be circumspect, man. I'm gonna end it there till next time. Shalom.